Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, tonight we have proclamation for our Boy Scouts and celebrating the Arrow of Life. We all know that the Boy Scout movement in America was started by William Boyce after he was directed to an address in London by a boy who refused to tip because he was a scout. Mr. Boyce was so impressed by his talk with Lord Baden-Powell that he helped incorporate the Boy Scouts of America on February 8, 1910. It's a date that we celebrate each year with our blue and gold banquet. Almost as soon as scouting began, younger boys started clamoring for a chance to participate in scouting. This resulted in the Wolf Cub program being started in England in 1916. It wasn't until August 1st, 1929 that the first demonstration cub units were started, and by 1933 it was felt the time had come for promoting Cub Scouting as part of the Boy Scout program. As we read in the Wolf Book, the basis for much of the program came from the Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. In this book is the story of two wolves who find a man cub who is being hunted by Shere Khan, the tiger. They take in the boy, whom they name Mowgli, which means frog, and raise him as part of their family. The wolves are part of a pack which is led by Akela, the great gray lone wolf, which once a month the new cubs are presented to the pack for acceptance. If they are not accepted by two members of the pack, they are turned out. When Mowgli was presented to the council, none of the other wolves would speak with him. Just as Mother Wolf was ready to give up, Baloo, the kindly brown bear, who taught the wolf cub the law of the jungle, stood up and said, "I will speak for the man cub." When no one else spoke, Bagheera, the Black Panther, rose and offered to pay one bull if the man cub would be accepted into the pack. And so it was that Mowgli became part of the wolf pack for the price of a bull and on Baloo's good word. Looking back at old Cub Scout books, we're reminded that the Cub Scout program has survived with very little change. In 1934, Cub Book, the rules for becoming a Bobcat are: 1, he has taken the cub promise; 2, explained and repeated the law of the pack; 3, explained the meaning of the rank; 4, shown the cub sign and hand clasp; and 5, given the motto and cub salute. Today, as Bobcats, we must do the same requirement. When Akela says we are ready, we are presented to the pack for recognition. Just as the wolf cubs learned about the world around them by taking short trips into the woods, so have our own cubs grown in their understanding of nature and of their families. Originally, only 2 arrow points could be earned for each rank. The basic rank was called the bronze badge. The first 10 electives earned the cub the gold rank, and the next 10 electives the silver rank. Today, we award the gold arrow point for the first 10 electives and silver arrow point for each 10 additional electives. Just as Baloo, the kindly bear, taught the young wolves the secret names of the trees, the calls of the birds, and the language of the air, so must each of you help others in your den in order to meet the requirements for bear. Up until a few years ago, the next rank was lion. In 1967, this was dropped and the Webelos program expanded to cover the entire year. The Webelo colors, gold representing the pack, green the troop, and red the explorers. And 15 activity badges were added at this time. A new Webelos badge was also created, and the original Webelos badge retained as the Arrow of Light. The Webelos rank is the transition between Cub Scouting and Boy Scouting. Originally, the name was derived from the three ranks: wolf, bear, lion, and scout. To become a weedlow requires a further expanding of one's horizons. Activity pins must be earned, and involvement in church and civic activities are encouraged. The Arrow of Light is the highest award in Cub Scouting. It can also be worn on a Boy Scout uniform as recognition of your achievement. The award is significant in scouting experience. So significant is one of the only Cub Scout badges that can be worn on a Boy Scout uniform. There are Eagle Scouts out there still representing the Arrow of Light alongside their Eagle Scout medals. To be standing here tonight means that you have reached the highest point along the Cub Scout trail. Do not stop here. The trail leads on to Boy Scouting and great new adventures, which can only be dreamed about for now. The story of Cub Scouts. So now we'll get to the proclamation, and I hope I didn't bore too many people with that. So if you will, I'd like the Arrow of Light boys to come on up. And now I'll do the proclamation. Whereas the strength and future of a community are reflected in the activities, successes, and accomplishments of its citizens, and whereas these members of Cub Scout Pack 88 have earned the highest award in Cub Scouting, the Arrow of Light Award, by completing all the requirements outlined by the Boy Scouts of America, and whereas they are outstanding young men who have been very active in their den, meeting every challenge through hard work and determination, and whereas they have earned numerous merit badges demonstrating their knowledge in a variety of subjects, they also have been attendees at Boy Scout troop meetings and Boy Scout-oriented outdoor activities, enjoying exciting adventures in the world of nature and developing skills necessary to become a good steward of the environment. And whereas they have grown in knowledge, skills, and confidence, building a strong foundation for future accomplishments, their sense of community involvement and concern for others sets them apart from the ordinary and inspires all of us. It is with great joy that I congratulate all of these young men and wish them much success throughout their Boy Scout journey. In witness thereof, I, Michael Francis, Mayor of the Borough of Hopatcong, do hereby proclaim March 1st, and as I read your name, come on up, March 1st, 2020, Warren Ackerman Day. And March 2nd as Lucas John Can Day. March 3rd as Timothy Patrick Farley Day. Thank you, congratulations. March 4th as Joseph Michael George Day. March 5th as Nicholas David Hardman Day. March 6th as Quinn William Holy Day. March 7th as Michael Patrick Hughes Day. March 8th as Michael Joyce Day. March 9th as Michael K. Kennelly Day. March 10th as Xavier Robert LaPlate Day. March 11th as Nathan David Lucas Day. March 12th as Dane Weck Day. and March 13th is Aiden Pereira Day. I have to say that this is one of my favorite things to do because scouting is so important to our community. It's a very important piece of the fabric, and I'm looking forward to see you wear an arrow light when you get your eagle too, by the way. And so the journey has just begun, and this is a major accomplishment in scouting. It is. But I have to say, you wouldn't be here if it, number one, wasn't for your parents, and number two, the volunteers that help with our den mothers and our den leaders are critical. You know, the scouts never ask for anything. They don't. And so the reason it's so important in our community is when we have cleanup day, we have someone in need of yard work, we have someone in need. The scouts are there. They're picking up trash on cleanup day, and they're helping other citizens by cleaning up their yard, and picking up leaves, and doing important stuff. And it teaches our young people very valuable lessons. And it's really a critical point, and it's really about their moral compass. And scouting is probably one of the very few organizations that does a very good job of this. And so again, it's a thank you to your parents and to your leaders. And so I think that they deserve a big hand too. Thank you again. Congratulations again. Have a good evening. Do some pictures.
You got them? I have the pictures of. Yes.
If you guys want to slide over and everybody face forward, so your parents can get a picture. Slide over more.
Come on, let's do a picture. Come over here in the corner. Come on.
Slide over.
Come on, come back here.
It's a big group. So.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a good thing. Come on down. Tall one's in the front. Come on.
Yes.
Come on down.
Keep going.
Come on, everybody. Crowd up down here.
Come on in the corner. Come on down. Keep coming. There you go.
All right, tall ones in the back. Tall ones in the back.
Come on. There you go. You're good.
Good.
Come on.
Back. Two more. All parents.
I think I'm small.
You see everybody okay? There you go. Perfect.
I get to go in India.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Come on, look at the camera and say cheeseburger, will you?
Guys, look forward.
Ready?
Coke tickets! Say tickets!
Cheeseburger.
Ticket!
All right, we good? All right, listen. And you all stayed good for a pretty long time. Did I bore you too much with it? Did you hear that scout story?
I know.
It's true. That's how Cub Scouts were founded. Or the wolf.
Boys, make sure you thank the mayor. Thank you very much,
You're
Mayor.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you for you guys. You did your job. Eat them.
Continue to be celebrated.
Huh?
Who's going to be continuing to be celebrated? What? It's like a concert.
That day, there's a big sign outside. Big election sign. It's right outside. When you go outside, you see a big electric sign. Big. Your name in front of your name and just big, bright letter. Okay? So make sure you come on that day. I want to see you at your Eagles. That's a true story. You help each other. People speak for you. That's a true story. What can you come from? I'll tell you that story. Cub Scouts were founded because of one